Hi, my name is Lea Jacob-Benson. I'm from Consider Group, a specialist sustainability consultancy for the hospitality and tourism sectors. Our key focus is helping businesses like yours to become measurably and inspiringly greener. Today, I'm at Lincoln Castle. This location is home to a magnificent medieval castle constructed by William the Conqueror in the late 11th century and an original Magna Carta from 1215. Welcome to the third chapter in our short video series about understanding and implementing sustainability in your business. The purpose of this video series is to provide a little insight to the contents of the Green Tourism Toolkit. I'll be referring to the toolkit throughout. In a previous video, we learned what we mean by green tourism, and please do check that video out first if you have arrived here before watching that. This video, however, focuses on one of the key pillars of green tourism, planet. There are further videos focused on people and place. So what do we mean by planet in the context of green tourism? Well, regardless of size, all businesses are likely to have an impact on the planet, whether it's contributing to carbon emissions or polluting the natural environment. Think about the energy and water you consume, the waste you produce, of which Lincolnshire County makes 361,000 tons each year. How customers and staff get to and from your business. Do they often use petrol and diesel cars? Any chemicals you use regularly and your carbon footprint. Do you know what it is? Now, I'll use these thoughts to frame the next couple of points in this video. So let's start with energy and why it's important to green tourism. Energy is the amount of power your business consumes, and the main energy sources are electricity and gas supplied by the national grid. Although some businesses may use alternatives like bottled gas and oil, or even renewable energy, which is a sustainable option. Unless it comes from a renewable source, consuming energy produces carbon dioxide emissions, which contribute directly to climate change, damaging our planet. To become greener, businesses must become more energy efficient and look to use renewable energy sources where possible. As energy costs money, by being more efficient, you can also reduce your costs while helping the planet. For example, one government study found that small to medium-sized businesses could reduce their energy bills by 18 to 25% by investing in simple, low-cost improvements. So how can you actually become more energy efficient in your business? A really easy way to start is by installing a smart meter. Smart meters can usually be installed for free via your energy supplier and provide insight into how much energy you're consuming throughout each day. Another thing you can do is invest in some simple efficiency upgrades which have a short payback time, like LED lighting. For more tips on how to save energy and be more efficient, head across to the energy section of the Green Tourism Toolkit. So now we know why energy is important to green tourism. What about water? Water is the most important component for all life on Earth, and tourism businesses are constantly using it for a variety of tasks, like food preparation, cleaning, and watering gardens. As there is only a limited amount of fresh water available in the world and it uses energy to make it drinkable, green tourism businesses should aim to consume less of it. By increasing water efficiency, you can also save money on your water bills, especially if your business has water-intense operations like kitchens, large gardens, or a swimming pool. So how do we do it? There are some simple ways to reduce how much water your business consumes, and installing low-consumption water fixtures like aerators or self-closing taps can be a great place to start. Another thing to ensure is that you regularly maintain equipment and check for leaks, as, for example, a single leaky toilet can waste as much as 5 bathtubs worth of water per day, adding around £300 a year to your water bill. The Green Tourism Toolkit includes several other tips for improving water efficiency, so if you're interested, then please head over to the water section to find out more. Now, the next topic is waste. Waste can generally be divided into 3 categories. General waste, which usually goes to landfill and cannot be recycled. Recyclable waste, which can be separated into different waste streams like glass, paper, and plastic, and can be remade into other products. And organic waste, which is waste coming from either a plant or an animal that is biodegradable and can be composted. It is important to establish sustainable waste management practices because general waste, as well as poorly managed recyclable and organic waste, can have a seriously negative impact on biodiversity, public health, and the environment. Sustainable waste management practices can also save you money, as landfill sites are becoming increasingly expensive, having risen by over 960% since the turn of the century. So there are some great benefits to managing waste sustainably, but how can you do it in your business? Much like energy and water, a great first step is measure what you produce. A really easy way to do this is as simple as counting the number of bins you fill each week. To go one step further, you could also start to weigh the amount of waste in each bin type. Once you know how much you are producing, you can set targets for reduction. Another step you can take that will help you reduce the amount of waste produced is to purchase fewer single-use items, especially plastic, as these can account for up to 40% of a tourism business's total waste. There are plenty of other things you can also do to reduce the amount of waste you produce, so head over to the Green Tourism Toolkit to find out more. The next topic we're going to cover is transport. Many modes of transport, like cars and planes, often use fuels which contribute to both climate change and pollution. As these methods of transport are commonly used by tourists, promoting sustainable forms of transport like electric vehicles, bicycles, and walking is crucial to help reduce your environmental impact. There are other benefits to encouraging sustainable transport too. Promoting walking and cycling helps keep customers local, encouraging them to spend with other local businesses, ultimately benefiting your local economy. So, how can you help get customers and staff to use sustainable transport methods? You can facilitate sustainable transport options by providing amenities like secure and undercover bike storage facilities and electric car charging points. Have you considered offering railcard loans or a cycle-to-work scheme for staff? You can also advertise cycling and walking routes to customers so that they understand how to get around more sustainably. The Green Tourism Toolkit itself goes over these tips in more detail, so if you're keen to make transport at your business more sustainable, then I recommend taking a closer look at that section. The next aspect we're looking at is pollution. Pollution is the introduction of a substance into an environment in which it will have harmful or poisonous effects. The three main types of pollution are air pollution, land pollution, and water pollution, although there are also several other types. As business, you will likely produce some level of each of these just from your usual practices. Pollution has a big negative impact on health, with air pollution alone causing around 1 in 19 deaths in urban UK areas. It is also harmful to the environment and has negative consequences for biodiversity and ecosystems. Pesticides, for example, used to kill weeds and insects, can seep into waterways and cause harm to wildlife. As tourism often relies on the natural environment to attract customers, it is in the best interest of all tourism businesses to reduce the amount of pollution they produce. So, how can you start? There are some really easy steps you can take, such as reducing your use of harmful cleaning products. Unless they're eco-friendly, things like hand soaps and cleaning sprays are toxic and often find their ways into the natural environment. You should also try and reduce the use of any chemicals in your outdoor spaces, like pesticides and fertilizers, as these damage ecosystems. For more information and some additional tips, head over to the Green Tourism Toolkit's pollution section. The final area we're going to cover is carbon emissions. Carbon emissions significantly contribute to climate change, one of the most important global issues affecting us all, which, if left unchecked, will contribute to mass species extinction, global sea level rises, and a huge increase in extreme weather events. As almost all businesses produce carbon emissions, understanding the amount your business produces is important so that you can be aware of your contribution to climate change and act to mitigate your emissions. As well as benefiting the environment, by reducing your carbon emissions, you can show customers and staff that you are committed to doing your bit for the climate, improving your reputation. So, how can you start reducing your carbon emissions? Well, the first step is to calculate emissions associated with energy, water, waste, and transport, which you can do by using the carbon calculator that accompanies the Green Tourism Toolkit. From here, you can then develop targets for reducing your emissions, start implementing initiatives to eradicate or mitigate emissions, and then, as a last resort, identify options to offset any unavoidable emissions. So, what about a case study of a business doing some really great work for the planet? Well, there's a hotel in Sutton-on-Sea called Bacchus Hotel, which is a 17th century coaching inn with 23 bedrooms and 5 luxury block cabins. Bacchus Hotel has been investing in modern, sustainable energy solutions in a bid to future-proof its energy costs. Over a 3-year period, it has installed a large ground source heat pump, full roof solar power, and a battery storage system to store excess energy created. While the whole project cost around £400,000, it was partially funded, £47,000, by an energy grant and has dramatically reduced the hotel's energy costs. Since the project began, energy consumption has been reduced by over 60%, also massively reducing the associated carbon footprint. The project has a 15% rate of return, meaning it is set to pay for itself in 7 to 8 years through the savings made. David Smith, the owner of Bacchus Hotel, was keen to point out that with the rising energy prices, the rate of return is very likely to improve, meaning the payback period will become even shorter. Bacchus Hotel have found real financial and environmental benefits to an investment in renewable energy. Perhaps looking at energy-related grants available to your business could be the starting point to inspire your first or next energy-savvy project. So that brings me to the end of a whistle-stop tour through the subject area of planet. If you are interested in any of the topics I've been over today and want to learn more or see some other case studies, please go and make use of the Green Tourism Toolkit.